If a strike happens, which looks to be more and more likely, it is going to have a ripple effect for small businesses all across Metro Detroit, across the state, across the country, depending on how long it may go.
Yeah, and business and restaurants near auto plants now brace for what the impact is going to be on them. Kim's live in Warren, where business owners that you spoke to, Kim, they're pretty worried about this.
Yeah, and rightfully so. I mean, I'm out here outside of the GM Tech Center, and you can see the parking lot filling up. All those people who come to work here every day, well, they support the local businesses in this area. And if they're not coming to work, well, that means that those local businesses are suffering as well.
They want to scare the American people into thinking the auto workers are the problem.
Still no deal between the UAW and Detroit's Big Three, meaning the likelihood of a strike is becoming more realistic.
If there is a strike, obviously they will have an effect for everybody, not only for them, for me, for everybody around, and the society as a whole.
Tony Bakulas, the owner of Cozy Grill, just 3 miles from GM's Tech Center, says he sees his fair share of auto workers coming into his diner. He describes his diner as Cheers Number 2, a friendly place where everyone knows your name. However, that friendly vibe was put on hold just 3 years ago during the pandemic.
People were not coming out at all, and we used to have only carryouts.
Now that it's back to normal, Tony hopes the strike won't happen for the sake of his business.
Because there will be no business. People will have no money to go out and have breakfast or lunch or dinner. I think will have a very big effect.
And right across the street from the GM Tech Center is City Burger, who saw the effects of a strike back in 2019 when the UAW was on strike against GM.
40 days they're on strike. Did affect the business here because it was pretty slow. And then once it kind of got resolved, business started to pick back up.
Owner Abe Barjawi says probably 20% of his customers are auto workers.
It's kind of scary for us because we're in the middle of everything, and a lot of our business comes from these big three.
And it's not just the people who work at the GM Tech Center.
We do get a lot of delivery orders over to these local businesses, Dana, Bridgewater. A lot of those employees order from us, and they kind of manufacture parts out to the GM Tech Center and the other big three.
And it's really interesting when you think about, how these businesses were greatly impacted by the pandemic, and now that really is behind us. They're kind of clawing out of that, and then this strike, well, that would really affect them in such a negative way. So they're hoping that the UAW and Detroit's Big Three can come to a deal, but again, that's just hours away from that deadline, which is tonight at 11:59 p.m. So we'll have to wait and see, but hopefully for their sake and for really everyone's sake, we're hoping that they can come to a deal. Reporting in Warren, I'm Kim DeGiulio, Local 4.
Yeah, and as we said, they'll suffer immediately, and if it goes on for any period of time, the entire state of Michigan suffers.
Yeah, it'll start to have an even more grave result. So we are certainly hoping for the best. Kim, thank you.